Just laying here in the tent, enjoying the rain. It's February in Tennessee, and it's the coldest month here, so it's time to head south again. This time I'll be doing a loop counterclockwise of Florida that I've done in the past. I'll be trying to take different roads and different bike paths and rails to trails. I'll be taking the Vomit Comet or the Key West Express from Marco Island to Key West and coming up through the Keys and making my way back to St. Augustine, where I will have my car stored. Bye-bye! I really like these S&S couplers. As you can see, it just fits in there perfectly. Interesting is the information for the dogs. Attention dogs! Grr, bark, woof, good dog. Here is home for the night. Microtel. Start of day 2 driving to St. Augustine. Last fall I did a bike tour, and I believe my campground I stayed at was right there. I think I was camped right underneath this sign right there. Yep, that's where I was. Valdosta RV Oaks Park Ground or campground, something like that. Alright, here's the Florida state line. There it is. Made it to Florida. Passing Jacksonville, Florida now. St. Augustine, Florida. Another trip begins. I'm here at the Visitor Center in St. Augustine, and across the street over this way is the fort. I'm getting ready to head south to Palatka and Salt Spring. So we'll cruise down here through the tourist trap that was really busy yesterday. I think they call this the Avenue of the Cathedrals, if I remember correctly. Also known as King Street. As you can see, lots of spires and cathedrals here. I believe this is the East Palatka Trail, and I'll be going all the way down to here to Palatka. I don't know, I think it's maybe about 20 miles. So I had a pretty busy morning trying to get out of St. Augustine, and now I've got a pretty good strong tailwind here, but I'll be sheltered from the sun, but that's all right. So far so good. I'm riding along the bike path and I found the first roadkill of the day. This one just didn't quite make it. I've arrived maybe about halfway done for the day here in Palatka. We're gonna find something to eat now. Wow, the diner there looks really interesting and really cool. I don't want fried food while I'm riding. That is pretty neat. It's like the oldest diner. So, Subway it is. It's a good day on the road. I'm feeling just fine, just fine. Staying hydrated and fueled. It's all good. Although I will admit, the tailwind doesn't hurt either. I mean, it's been really strong today out of the north. They call this a cross Florida base canal. That's pretty impressive. It's pretty wide and I bet has a lot of water in it. But look closely, you might see some smoke in the air. I think that there are some fires off to my left. Don't know if it's a controlled burn or what. How's it going?
Pretty good. How about you?
Can't complain. It's a beautiful day.
It is.
It's just gorgeous out here. Man, it's just fantastic. You got a site for somebody in tent?
I do.
Okay.
All right.
Good. Let me
Have you been here before?
No. Let me put my bike here. Let me set it somewhere. Park it. This is the actual spring, and they say that alligators are present in the forest. Oh boy, that's great. Let's go check it out. If you look closely, right out here, there's a circle in the water. I don't know if you can see it. That's obviously where the water is coming up from one of the outlets underground. And it looks like there's more of them over here. I'm going to see how cold the water is, or not. Oh, it's actually very warm. Wow, the water is really warm. That's amazing. That'd be good for swimming. Too bad I didn't bring my swim trunk. It's a really pretty place here. So the dinner for the night, a place called the Salt Springs Pizza. Here we are.
Good morning. It's 6:30 in the morning. It's about 44 degrees outside. I slept pretty good last night. It was really quiet here in the campground. Not many people here at all. Alright, it's time to break down the tent and put everything away and try to get the day started.
That took about 2 minutes. Wonderful trio of people I met last night for dinner at the pizza place here in the Salt Springs campground area. This is Suzanne on the left and her husband Scott sitting down. and Pat. They are all from Lexington, Kentucky. No.
I'm from Illinois.
Illinois, that's right. You told me that last night. So they're down
We're
here.
so thrilled you had dinner with us, that you were willing.
Oh, thank you.
So nice to meet you.
They've been down here doing some flat water kayaking, going around and trying not to be bait for the alligators. So, did you enjoy this area?
Very
Excellent.
much.
Very
We highly
nice.
recommend it.
All right.
Especially
Wonderful
for
water.
For tenters.
Very good. All right, well, thank you much. The owner of this house must own a brick company or brickyard. I don't think I've ever seen so much brick at a house. I usually see tanks or trucks outside of VFW, but this one has a missile. Oh, part of a missile. Well, it looks like a missile. That's pretty cool. It is now 9:25 on Thursday morning. I've got about 8 miles in. Not doing real well this morning. Slow start, I guess. It's kind of chilly last night in the tent. I'll get faster as the trip goes on. I've left the Salt Springs campground off of Highway 19, which had a good shoulder. Now I'm traveling southwest on Route 314, which goes from Salt Springs down to Ocala. And as you can see, doesn't have much of a shoulder. And the traffic, a little bit more than I would expect, but you know, they're being fairly nice out here for the most part. This is Steve. He just happened to pull off the side of the road. I was just checking on maps and trying to figure out exactly where I was going, but he pulled off, and Steve actually lives just up the road a bit here in Scramleton. And tell us a little bit about yourself, Steve. And why'd you stop?
Why did I stop? Because I saw a fellow bicycle tourist, fully loaded, and my stuff is back at the house waiting to be ready to rid. Right. So, the brotherhood.
That's right. Well, I sure appreciate you stopping. Steve was really nice to give me lots of information about where to go and what roads to take and what roads not to take. So thank you again, Steve. I appreciate you stopping.
Well, it's been a pleasure meeting you, and safe travels.
All right, thank you. Lunch today was at the Eggs Over breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I got a waffle with bacon and had some water. Felt good. I'm dragging a little bit today, but it'll get better. Good little place, not very crowded at all. The waffle was really good. I'll show you what I see. That gentleman, Steve, we met back on 314, gave me these directions, and they've been really spot on from a cyclist's point of view. We're at the Santos Campground. I think we're gonna find a place here tonight. Call it a little short. How about that? How's that sound? Oh, bicycle parking to the right. Ah, campground dead ahead. Door closed, do not enter. Please use front end. Okay, check in at back door. Will do. I've made it to the Santos Campground, which is a Florida state park. And this is where there are lots and lots of mountain bike trails. And actually across the road from the state park is a bike shop. So I went in there and checked it out. So I came over here at campground, found out that they were totally full. So I talked to the nice woman there at the registration and let her know that Florida actually has a no turnaway policy. And she wasn't familiar with it. So I explained it to her, and she tried to get a hold of a couple managers and finally got the third manager on the phone after the other two were not available. And they discussed and they said, yeah, sure, go ahead, and we'll make an exception, because I guess they're not familiar with it, so that there is a no turnaway policy. So now you can see the site I've ended up at here. I'm kind of on a extra ring road where there's a few spigots. They said that this was for the Boy Scouts. And unfortunately, they said that some of the Boy Scouts trashed their bathrooms, so they don't allow them anymore. So this is going to be my campsite for the night, and it worked out really well. So just a little while ago, I actually had a couple park rangers came down from Palatka, but they were coming down here anyway, and they didn't know about it either. So it seems like the authorities didn't know anything about it, but he said he's going to let me stay, but they said this was really just for emergency purposes only. And I agreed with him, it is, but I told him I was really tired and didn't think I could go any further, and he was understanding. But he also said, well, if you try to do this at other state campgrounds, it may not be as accommodating. So I said, I understand where you're coming from. So there were some nice gentlemen, and I went up back, talked to the woman. She said, nope, we all learned something out of it because they didn't know about it either, and so now they know. So the no turn away policy sometimes works great, and sometimes maybe a little bit of an issue. But still, really nice people here, and I'd recommend the campground, but always try to get a reservation. It's dinner time here at the Santos campground. Tonight is lasagna with meat sauce. We're just going to do it nice and easy tonight with a freeze-dried meal. Simple. Should be a good meal. Quite a few calories. Looks like I'll get 440 calories with 60 grams of carbohydrates. That should help for tomorrow. I've got a beautiful sunrise this morning. Today is Friday. You can see nice, beautiful orange. It was good camping last night. Got down, I think, about 48, 49, so not too bad. Slept real well. I think I was in the tent for, oh gosh, 10 hours. I met Dawn and Audrey, and this is Buddy, their dog. What type of dog is this?
He's an English Cream Golden Retriever.
Ah.
Okay, we just want to tell Keith the best of luck on his journeys, and we're very happy for him. We think it's a very cool thing to do.
These are very avid mountain bikers and backpackers, and even the dog goes backpacking as well. And they're from Winter Haven, Florida, and they were very nice to let me come over and visit them last night and sit by the fire. I learned a lot about the area.
We enjoyed it.
All right, well, thank you much. I appreciate it.
All right,
Take care.
Safe travels.
I've left camp, and now it's time to start this trail. I guess it's the Santos Trail. Not really sure the name of it. I don't see a sign that tells me the name of it. I'm going to take this over to Highway 200. It's part of the Florida Trail, National Scenic Trail. The old canal landfill sign here on the left. And then it's called the Marjorie Harris Car Cross Florida Greenway. Okay. So I guess that's part of what I'm on here. Very nice. This is a large mountain bike area as well, and equestrians. They have a sign that says trail crossing. They got to mark with little white lines. So the mountain bikers come up this trail, go across, and I don't see actually where the trail went in the other side, but oh well. Somewhere along there. Okay, land bridge. I'll read it. High above Interstate 75, this land bridge was the first of its kind in the country. Well, I'll be darned. The land it sits on was originally intended to be part of a massive canal across Florida. The canal would have split the state in two. Instead, the land bridge connects the former canal lands. It acts as a corridor for people and wildlife alike, letting them cross the busy interstate safely. Engineers designed the bridge to follow a natural ridge. Builders used local stones and planted palmettos, oaks, and other native plants. So they obviously built this for animals and humans and everything alike to get across Interstate 75, which you might be able to hear in the background. Pretty cool. It looks like you can stop here and Take a look at I-75. How exciting is that? Oh, there it is. Okay. Looking for animal tracks here in the gravel. See some horse prints, or horseshoes, I should say. I don't see anything else though. Oh, that's kind of interesting. That's a first. I've never been across a land bridge. That was kind of neat. Okay, current end of paved trail. Future connectivity to Dunellen, Silver Springs, and beyond is programmed. It's programmed. Hey, it's programmed. I wonder which language they're using. Just kidding. All right, that's the end of this trail. So here's Highway 220 here. It's like a busier road than I anticipated. Got to make it to Hernando. Maybe another 4 or 5 miles of this. A lot more trucks, but at least I have a little bit of a shoulder, so it's not terrible. I'll make it. So I just turned on the Withlacoochee Trail coming down Highway 20 from Santos. I stop here to take a break, and up rides Jamie. I notice he's on a Co-Motion. Says, oh, wait a minute, Co-Motion, stop. So Jamie has done a lot of tours. So tell us what type of tours you've done in the past, Jamie.
I've done 3 solo coast-to-coast trips. The southern tier twice, once east-west and then west to east. And then I did part of the Trans Am and northern tier, started in Yorktown, Virginia. Hit the Mississippi River, pedaled north and hooked up to the northern tier and went across northern Minnesota, North Dakota, Montana, all the way to Anacortes, Washington. And then a few years back I did Route 66 solo from Santa Monica to Chicago. Lots of ragbris, lots of Razdaks, that's the right South Dakota version of ragbri, and tons of other weekly bicycle rides and everything like that. So for 18 years, I put at least 10,000 miles on my bike a year. So
that's the right way to do it.
That's my story. My wife doesn't like that, but that's okay.
Well, we got great wives that
yes.
accept our passion in bicycling.
or wives that don't care for us much.
That's right.
Don't
yeah.
mind that we leave. So.
They don't mind we're gone. All right. Well, thank you for stopping to talk, Jamie. I sure appreciate it.
Pedal safe.
I'm entering the town of Inverness. This is somebody's private house here on a lake with a dock. I think this Inverness is a fairly well-to-do area. It's a beautiful path I'm on. I don't know if I've been here before, but it says greetings from. Just left the little town of Inverness downtown area, getting ready to get on the Withlacoochee Trail again. I think it's right here. Okay. Wow, it's a nice playground over there. Look at that. That's pretty. Change of plans. I've only got 35 miles in today. I've made it to this neat little town in Inverness, and it's a really cool place. And there's free camping here right along the Withlacoochee Trail. Not too far down, there's actually a Trek bike store here. I talked to a girl there by the name of Ashley. She said, yeah, people camp here quite often. It's even on Google Maps. So I'm just going to set up camp here for the night and enjoy this nice small town. Because many times on tours, you know, I say, oh, I have to get to there, I have to get to there. And then when I get there, I'm kind of mad at myself because I went through a really neat area that it'd probably be interesting to really see a little bit more in depth. So this time I'm going to make the decision to actually stay and see it. So we'll see how this works out. So what if I don't make, you know, certain mileage every day? it's really about seeing the area and talking to people that you really get to enjoy, or brings the most enjoyment on bike tours. This is an interesting little town. You got birds walking across the road in front of you. Now, who would expect to see that? We have a little bike store, the Inverness Bicycles and Fitness. Neat little mural there, turtle in the front. Downtown Inverness, Florida. A nice little downtown here. Courthouse. I will stop and take a picture. Dinner tonight on this Friday, February 9th, lost track of time, is a little restaurant called Stump Knockers here in Inverness, Florida. And tonight I'm getting a burger and fries, sitting outside, bikes over there. It's a beautiful evening. Not exactly sure who serves their ice cream, but I got the Rocky Road. Looks pretty good. So I came here to the ice cream parlor, no fancy name. I met some wonderful people from Michigan. And your names are?
Jeff, Doug,
Donna, Judy.
All right, very good. And they were asking me a little bit about my bike, and we started talking about that, and a little bit about cycling and what they're doing down here. So how long have you all been down here for?
3 or 4 days. Well, in Florida,
yeah.
About a week. Yeah, we've
Been
spent
a week,
around
yeah.
a couple months down here.
So is this a vacation, or everybody's
Yes.
retired?
Yeah, no.
Sort of.
A little bit of everything.
A mix.
All right.
He's in denial.
Oh,
He's retired.
We're just getting out of the snow. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, the cold,
exactly. I know what that is. So what have you enjoyed the most while being down here in Florida?
Warm weather.
Weather.
The Tiki Bar.
The Tiki
Tiki
Bar.
Bar, there you go.
Actually, that little town we talked about, Cedar Key.
Cedar Key
has this cool little Tiki Bar that's going viral on
TikTok.
TikTok. And now this little town has got thousands of people coming just to this little Tiki Bar. It was cool.
Very good.
Yeah, we held it down for a couple days.
Yep. Well, you've enjoyed the cycling here.
Yes.
Yep.
And the ice cream.
And the ice cream. That's right. Well, thank you for participating, and it was nice to meet all of you.
Yes,
Nice to meet you.
Appreciate it.
I found some new cycling friends since no one else will go out bike touring with me. They'll have to do.